In a large house there are vessels, not only.
Welcome to Out of the Box podcast. I am your regular host, Gabriel Ishmael Jalo. Let me wish you a happy new year. Let me hasten to thank all of you for your overwhelming response in supporting this podcast from its infant stage. Trust me, words are inadequate to express my profound gratitude to you. Don't forget to subscribe because the viewing, the liking, and the commenting are just super. But please subscribe. Today, we'll be having a very complex topic. I'm saying the topic is a complex one because of the disastrous consequence that is emanating from the fallout of road accidents. We are coming to be talking about the pace of road accidents in Ghana. And guess what? It is all over. Every region that you touch, the accidents are just unimaginable. Once again, Out of the Box podcast with Gabriel Ishmael Jalo. With me is a brother who will introduce himself. He is from the National Road Safety Commission. And I met this brother when I was managing some accident patient at the trauma hospital. And he played vital role in handling their insurance. That is Awanatu Kamara and Veronica Kupo. Once again, the brother is Misbah Adinda. But you know, in my podcast, one thing I believe, the guest can introduce himself better. So my brother, you are welcome to the podcast.
Thank you so much, my brother.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, you have to tell my viewers who is Mr. Misbah Adinda.
Okay, thank you so much, and my humble appreciation to all your viewers and for their massive work that they've been doing on your channel.
Yeah.
It's our hope that we'll continue growing together. Misbah Adinda is my name, and I'm the Director of Operation for M360 organization and also the coordinator for the Road Safety Squad. So I've mentioned two things, and in the course of our discussions, I'm going to elaborate everything about the M360 organization. We happen to be an NGO, and then the Road Safety Squad, who happen to be a unit that ensures safety, discipline, and then law abiding on our highways.
You see, I tell you, you will feast on the reservoir of knowledge that he has relative to this very important organization. Mr. Misbah, can you give us an elaborate summary of what road safety is all about and everything about your organization?
Okay, thank you so much once again.
Yeah.
As the name goes, road safety, we all understand once the term safety is pronounced, it's basically to make sure that humans and every road user is prevented from harm. So anything that will get you injured, that will get you harmed or killed, is something we term safety. So preventing it is one of the best things we want to do now. So that's where M360 organization was born. It was born as an NGO that started by advocating and creating the best road safety awareness as an NGO.
Please, can you make it do it slow because my audience yes, please just take your time.
Okay. So as I was saying, in terms of we wanting to save lives and properties on our roads.
Sure.
So we gave birth to M360 organization.
Okay.
And this is an NGO that has its aim to educate, create road safety awareness, and then do anything that will prevent road traffic accidents on our roads and community. So we started on the low, and God being so good on our side, we had a helping hand from the side of the government, where we became friends and partners to the National Road Safety Authority.
Oh, it is a collaboration sort of. Okay.
So now, when we started with the National Road Safety Authority, we didn't end there. Other institutions realized that we are doing very well. So let me use this opportunity to mention the partners of the M360 organization and then how we work together. So I'll start with the mother organization, which is the National Road Safety Authority.
Okay.
And then my greetings to Madam Linda Afote, the National Road Safety Authority Central Regional Director,
Okay.
who happen to be our immediate associate. Then it goes to the National Insurance Commission, which happened to be Madam Nicolina Adumwa,
Okay.
whom you have met before.
Oh, the one we met at some.
When
Okay.
it came to the
rescue of my
insurance,
patient.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Then from there,
And let me use this medium to thank her that both Awanatu, Veronica received their
package or their compensation.
Their compensation
Yes.
was well received, and I was there to facilitate the process as you guys guided me, and they are doing well.
Great.
They
I'm
always
happy
say hi
hear
to
that.
you guys. Go
So
ahead.
this goes to those of us who still have a doubt that motor vehicle insurance does not work. Please, motor insurance, it works. So a caution here or a word of advice, make sure that your vehicle is insured to avoid calamities on our roads.
Okay.
So mentioning National Road Safety Authority, National Insurance Commission, we have the Ghana Police Service too. That is also a partner to the M360 organization.
Oh, the Ghana Police.
Ghana Police Service,
Okay.
yes. And then we have the Driver and Vehicle Licensing Authority, DVLA.
Okay.
Also is part of our partners.
Okay.
Then we have the Ambulance Service, which is also partner to our organization.
Okay.
And then we have the Ghana National Fire Service, which is also partner to our association or our organization.
Okay.
Somebody will ask, why?
Yes.
Why? Because we believe that these are the major stakeholders when it comes to safety on our roads.
Okay.
A driver to be able to drive well and respond to all hazards on the road, you need a bit of all these people I've mentioned.
Okay.
And they are the ones that have now formed the road safety squad.
Oh, okay.
So
viewers, look at
yes.
it. Oh.
So the road safety squad is made up of the people I've mentioned, the National Insurance Commission, the National Road Safety Authority, the Driver and Vehicle License Authority, DVLA, and the Ghana National Fire Service. So together we organize forums and then education activities.
Okay.
So you could be invited by a school. We go as a unit to educate the children. So when we get there, the ambulance service talks about first aid. When a child gets cut in the house, when he gets burnt by fire in the house, things that you should do before you could go to the hospital facility for better treatment.
Oh, okay. Initial first aid.
First aid.
Okay.
So we talk about first aid. So the ambulance service talks about first aid.
Okay.
Then the fire service will talk about things that could cause fire outbreak in our homes, in our shops, in our vehicles.
And how to avoid
How
them.
to avoid them.
Okay.
And then if it happens, how do you handle it for your own safety?
Okay.
So fire service does that education.
Okay.
Now the MTTD also talks about some of the best practice that we should do on our road.
The MTT is an
MTT,
arm of the National Ghana Police.
Yes.
Okay.
They normally wear the white on our road.
Yes.
So they are more into motor vehicle. So anything that comes with motor vehicle, motorbike that moves on our road, they regulate and guide its operation.
Okay.
So they are also part of the road safety squad.
Okay.
Then now we talk about the National Road Safety Authority itself, which we are part of.
Okay.
We also make sure that the education that are not being taken at the right way, we will go out and share it. So now we came out with the road safety squad because we believe that we go to all these places to do education. But how are we sure that in return, people are practicing what we are teaching?
Okay.
So then after we are on the road together
Okay.
to inspect. So when you come, you run into us, you see that the task force on the road is made of all these people I have mentioned, and every institution will play a role there. When you get there to meet us, all we are doing is to prevent accidents. And it will be alarming if I tell the number of deaths we've recorded 2024.
Yes, please. I just want you to pause there. My problem today is that both the fourth estate of the realm, the media, the Ghana Police, the Interreligious Council, the civil society, the international agency relative to the embassies, everybody continue to lament about the pace of accidents in Ghana, especially when those worrying statistics went way back around 2020, knowing that about 12,000 accidents was recorded back in 2020, at least 2,000 fatality, 10,000 very, very horrible accident. What are the established reasons for this accident?
Okay, thank you so much. The established reasons I will attribute them mostly to be human errors.
Okay.
Human errors, because when we look at most of the accidents we recorded last year, 2024, from January to December 31st, we lost 2,494 people to accident last year alone. Yes, that's per the road safety statistics.
Just last year?
Last year, we lost 2,494 people to road traffic accidents in Ghana. And 2023 was 2,038. So imagine the figures jumping from 2,038 to 2,494. Now we're in 2025. We don't know what will be happening at the end of this year. Now, your question now has this answer. Most of our accidents in Ghana, or even across the world, are as a result of human error.
Okay.
Human error in such a way that if you see an accident that is very fatal, they will tell you that it's head-on collision. Head-on collision happens where? In curves. It happens where? On top of hills.
Okay.
And the law says that thou shalt not overtake on a curve or a hill. But we have Ghanaian drivers who want to overtake in curves and hills.
Everybody is worrying.
Everybody. And that accident that happens is a human error. If the driver was to be patient a little to avoid overtaking there, it could have prevented the accident.
Okay.
Then the next accident is overspeeding, excess speeding. You hear what happens? Oh, the guy failed to negotiate a curve, or he hit into a pothole, and then what happened? It is because of too much speed. And the funny thing is that in Ghana here, people don't know. Maybe today is a free lesson.
Okay.
The highest speed you can go in Ghana on our roads is 100 kilometers per hour.
That's the highest.
And only on motorway. The only place you can travel 100 kilometers is on motorway, which now you can't even go 30 because of each state and the traffic situation.
Yeah.
Now people even drive up to 160, 170 on our road, which is against the law. The law says that you should drive up to 100 on motorway. And in the absence of motorway, you see our roads, and mostly you see 80, 80, 80, 80. So we are saying that in the absence where there's no speed sign, you should add common sense to it. To know that, okay, if I'm going 90, it's okay. 100, I shouldn't go above, but people don't. So overspeeding is also a leading cause of road traffic accident in Ghana.
Wow.
In addition to wrongful overtaking.
Okay, but here, if we are to place blame, are we to blame the conditions of the road? Are we to blame the outmoded cars at times? Or are we to blame reckless driving? Or are we to blame duty bearers who are not enforcing the law? Who should take the blame?
Reckless driving.
Reckless driving.
Yes. Why? Because in other countries, you don't get people policing the road every day. But the only thing we have to do is to apply common sense to our driving. So as I'm saying, overspeeding. We can't have policemen every 10 kilometers to inspect overspeeding. But what the driver has to do is to make sure that if I've moved from point A, as I move from Winneba to this place, I should know where to speed up, where not to speed up. Bad road network is a factor. But trust me, where the roads are good, the accidents are higher there than where the roads are bad.
Oh, so you record more, you have...
Look at the Kumasi Accra road.
You record more accidents
where the roads are good. That's where the unlawful overspeeding takes place. That's where the reckless wrongful overtaking takes place. But when the road is bad, the person drives slowly. I getting it. So when we take the wrongful overtaking, we take overspeeding, then will come off drunk driving.
Drunk driving.
Drunk driving is also another factor that leads to accidents.
Yes.
The driver gets drunk and still want to drive to the destination.
And when I was managing the accident victims at Trauma, I had some very, very silly rendition. They said at times, even when the driver is sleeping, they will still they drive. How can the driver be sleepy?
That takes us to the next topic.
Okay.
Sleep driving is also one. The accident that was recorded and your ladies were involved, the driver was sleeping. So it's also another leading cause. And the funny thing is that in Ghana, per the road traffic regulation, we are saying that we should encourage relay driving. Relay driving is when you have two drivers mounting a bus or a vehicle.
Okay.
So that at the end of every 4 hours, they switch sides.
Oh, then the one will rest.
It's a law that is established and is being educated by the National Road Safety
Okay.
for people to know that relay driving is one of the best practices. But sometimes, because we want to have more of everything in terms of money, the driver want to drive alone. Look at the car that happened in the accident. They were coming from Liberia, but it was one driver that was driving all the way from Liberia.
Liberia, Ivory Coast. Then you come to Ghana. Then you have already driven from the border. You are now coming. You are still tired. And hey,
so it's a factor too. So driving tired or sleepy. So you see that an accident happened, then you saw one driver was sleeping, which you have been recorded. Even daytime, you record sleeping drivers. Not because it is daytime, because he had drove overnight.
Wow.
And he's still failing to rest. And he wants to be like, oh, I'm almost there. Look at the accident. All the way from Liberia. I was coming to Bujumbura. I had the accident at Ochreko. Which is like 15-20 minutes to his destination.
When I went to the hospital, I met them. Then we went to the mortuary. I said, these people will have been saved. Had it not been for the driver will have known that even if he would have packed, what would have happened if he said, I'm tired, let me pack. We are already in Ghana. Viewers, we are taking a break. I know you are enjoying. First of all, he's pouring out more than we expected, right? So let's take a break. Hi, viewers, we are back. I have no regrets bringing this man here, and it's like we have to bring him again. Mr. Misbah,
Yes,
kindly
sir.
recommend and advise my viewers about specific information, material that they ought to know or possess for eligibility of plying the roads of Ghana.
Okay, thank you. I think this is very important.
Yeah.
You see, sometimes there are some basic requirements that we need to have before hitting on the road.
Yeah.
Which covers both the vehicle and you, the person.
Okay.
Good. And something I've noticed that most of us fail to do pre-check on our vehicles before we move. It's advisable, or it's the best practice that when you wake up in the morning, before you move your car, first of all, go 360 your car.
Okay.
To make sure that all your tires are properly inflated. You see, people don't know that if your car, the tires are under pressure or under inflated, it has effect. And when they are too much inflated, it has its effect.
It should not be more, it should not be less.
It shouldn't be less. Every tire has its gauge. So you should maintain the gauge. If you are below the gauge, one, it increases consumption because the tire becomes too lazy, it becomes too difficult to move, it increases your consumption and it weakens the tire. When it's too inflated, when you are driving, it's like you've ate. You see, you're so much uncomfortable. So that the tire will be hitting, binging, and then it also lead to what? A tire burst. And tire burst is also a factor to our accident.
To accidents.
Most of accidents we hear is and our pipe tire, the tire burst and then it happened.
And maybe the car is at high velocity,
Yes.
speed. Then the tire burst.
The tire burst. So you see that you change your course and you go crash. So you have to make sure that your tires under your vehicle are in good shape. Right. And make sure that your engine, the coolants are always up to level, including your engine oil. So when you check your vehicle is okay, then don't forget to check your car papers, which is the roadworthy and the insurance. Every vehicle, before you hit the road, your car should be roadworthy and your insurance should be valid. Now we'll come to you, the driver yourself. Now, what do you also need? You also need your driver's license. So people even forget that their licenses have expired for months until you meet the officers on the road. Please, your license. You tell us, oh, master, your license has expired. They'll be like, oh, is it true? You should.
So they are not even aware.
Oh, I didn't check. Meanwhile, it's a punishable offense by the LI 2180 of the road traffic regulation.
Okay.
Driving with an expired driver's license is punishable offense, even jailable offense. It can even go to up to 30 days.
Wow.
Yes, up to 30 days. And even so, people don't even know that if you are driving and you don't buckle up your seat belt,
Yeah.
you can go to jail up to 30 days. You can even be fined in addition. You can be fined or jailed or both.
Jesus.
Driving without buckling up.
Wow.
And again, driving with a child below 15 years at the front passenger seat is also a punishable offense. You can go to jail for up to 30 days or be fined. So we are saying that a child that is below 15 years shouldn't be at the front seat, but rather at the back. But parents even go to the extent of carrying babies in between day and then the steer and be driving. It's the worst thing you could do to your child. Maybe in our next scenario, I'm going to explain some of the disadvantage and then the harm that involve in having a child below 15 years on any of the front seats.
On the front seat.
It's very dangerous.
I have never heard about this before. Please listen well, all my viewers. That's why we bring this human resource to you, so that you will intercept what you have never thought of hearing. So go ahead. So, but I want to find out here, knowing that the National Road Commission
we are now National Road Safety Authority.
Okay, National Road Safety Authority,
yes,
was established from a legislative instrument,
yes.
Act 56 of 1999. Do you have the mandate to instill punitive measure on defaulters?
Those days, no, but now we are getting advantages, and we are getting some of the new LI that has given us the chance to. And in no time, you'll be hearing of the road safety inspectors,
okay,
who will also be coming to the terminals.
Okay.
They'll now go to the station, inspect the vehicle before they even move from the station.
Good.
To make sure that now, when we come to the station, we notice that your vehicle is not roadworthy. At that time, when they will write to your official that this vehicle, based on it, is not roadworthy, if you don't pull it out or you don't fix it, the next time they come again, they are going to sanction the station.
Wow.
I get so they will take the station on to prevent the station from now allowing such vehicles to come and stand on scale.
So now, so that means you guys are gradually getting teeth to bite.
Yes,
they have given you an expanded strength
to do that. So
okay,
in the absence of that, we collaborate with the police,
okay,
the fire service, and then DVLA to do other enforcement.
Wow.
That's why the road safety, when we go. So when you come and meet us on the road, as I'm saying that, as a driver, when you move from the house, get your road ready, your insurance ready. And even so, you should also have a fire extinguisher, valid one in your vehicle. Look at how cars are burning of late. Because of what? Fire extinguisher.
Wow.
People have fire extinguisher and they don't know how to use it. Now, with the help of Road Safety Squad, when we run into you and we ask you about this and you don't know how to put them to use, we have fire service officers there to educate on the best practices that you can use your fire extinguisher to fight fire in your vehicle or at home. Wow. Which is an advantage. When you meet us, you don't know how to use your first aid. The ambulance service are there to guide you as to what to use, what to do, and how to apply things, so that should somebody get injured in your vehicle, or should you go and meet an injured person outside your vehicle, you should be able to give some first aid treatment. Wow. So M360, I will say, with our collaboration, we have given a lot of advantages to people. Wow. But let me also add another question that people don't know.
Okay.
If you are driving your vehicle without fire extinguisher, without warning triangle, or first aid, you can go to jail for up to 3 months. It's a punishable offense by the
90 days.
90 days.
Wow.
If you are driving. So those of us who are watching, or those of who are watching me, that have vehicles, somebody could buy a vehicle worth 300,000 Ghana cedis, but doesn't have a fire extinguisher of 100 cedis inside. And you end up losing this vehicle because of 100 cedis.
Wow.
Before you start crying, shouting for people to come out with their extinguisher, by then your vehicle has already bent.
Yeah.
So my word of advice is that once every year you renew your roadworthy, you renew your insurance, try to also replace your fire extinguisher. For the warning triangles, they last unless maybe something happened, they break down. They don't expire. But fire extinguisher expires.
Okay. Finally, when I advertised your coming here, few of my viewers asked me a question to place to you. They said, when people undertake vigorous studies in the academia, both in the vocational institution, and they obtain their degree, they obtain their certificate, it is not renewable, it has no expiry date. Why then is that the license and the certificates for the driving is renewable annually?
Thank you. I think it's a perfect question.
Yeah.
Now, please know that driver's license is renewed every 2 years.
Okay. Oh, it's every 2 years, not every year.
It's the international one that is renewed every 1 year. But the Ghanaian license is every 2 years.
Okay, you the diasporan that lives in Ghana.
Yes.
Your license is renewable annually. But the Ghanaian citizen is 2 years.
2 years.
And now the guys are asking that, me when I get my degree, it doesn't have an expiring date. When I get my vocational certificate, how is it that these people every 2 years, please, they wrote me personally that I should ask this question before we close.
Let me answer the question.
Okay.
Now, we have 2 reasons.
Okay.
One, you say I'm wearing lens.
Yeah.
Good. When I started driving, I wasn't wearing lens. But as I'm making progress, I get sight effect.
Yes.
And I need to wear lens to improve my sight.
Oh.
Now, we are saying that every 2 years, come to the DVL office for eyes inspection. for us to see if indeed, as at the last 2 years, the sight you are having is still the same.
Yeah, because
that's
as you
why
age,
it's mandatory that
yes.
every 2 when you come to do your renewal, you have to do mandatory eye test
Oh.
to verify if your eyes are okay. And now to make it more efficient, the government has decided to give that aspect to private entities. That okay, DVLA was the one doing the eye test. Maybe we feel like they are not doing the right thing.
Okay.
Now, when we are coming, go to approved or accredited eye test center or clinic. Do it and bring the results to DVLA.
Okay.
If you come and it is passed,
okay,
then they use to renew your license for to go. And the renewal is not expensive. It's about 81 cedis. Every 2 years we are coming to renew your license. However, if you fail to renew it on time, that's why something called delinquency, otherwise penalty.
Okay.
So if your license expires after 1 day, it starts attracting penalties.
Oh.
For you
so the longer
you wait to renew your license, the higher the penalty goes.
Okay.
But if you're able to renew on time, you do your eye test of 50 cedis, and then the renewal is 81 cedis, and you are good for another 2 years.
Okay.
Now with the roadworthy, we believe that every year for private cars is renewable every 1 year.
Okay.
But for commercial vehicles, renewable every 6 months.
Okay.
Because we believe that the commercial vehicle, they run more than the private vehicle. So
okay,
every 6 months, they are saying that come back to DVLA. Let DVLA inspect your vehicle, your tires, your windshield, your vehicle condition. If the car is still roadworthy for it to be picking passengers on the road,
okay,
then they will renew your roadworthy. If you come, oh, they will tell, okay, your windscreen is too bad, your this, that, go fix it up, come back, and then we'll allow you to continue working. If it's a private car, they say, oh, after 1 year, bring the vehicle back to DVLA. Let DVLA inspect it. As I last say, when you brought the car, how was it? Are the tires in shape? Do you have you removed your windshield and kept it down? You are driving with an empty screen like that? Whatever happens. So DVLA should be able to know that this vehicle is roadworthy. That's why we're talking about the roadworthy certificate.
Okay.
So that's what the the car is indeed worthy to be on the road.
Okay.
So go. If you can't, they say it's not worthy to be on the road, go fix it and come back. So basically, viewers, if you want to know why you should renew it every year and every 2 years, this is for our own good, our own benefit, and for the benefit of any other person using our roads.
Okay. But finally, before you give your final word to my viewers, who is it? DVLA? Is it your organization? Who is responsible for evaluating the roadworthy cars? Because some of the buses are so old. You sit down, the smoke inside. Even when you want to take out the bike, guy is riding the bike, is shaking, but he has a license. He has a license plate. Who are the one that regulates that aspect of cars and bike and all those motorable? Yeah.
So when it comes to regulation, DVLA does the regulation, and then the police, and then National Road Safety does the enforcement.
Okay.
Because it's DVLA that will decide whether the vehicle is roadworthy. Now, to every family, there's a bad nut. In as much as it is mandatory that you have to bring your vehicle to DVLA for proper inspection, because you know your vehicle is not in good shape.
Okay.
You would rather keep your vehicle at home, walk to DVLA with something small in your hand, and go and use the back door to renew it, and then go use your vehicle.
Jesus.
Now, under normal circumstance, if you happen to go that way and you get it done, it's the work of the police now to see you on the road and tell you that, oh, my brother, this car you are bringing here is not worth being on the road. Please pack it up and go and do it. So now that's the difference between the road safety squad now. So when we meet you on the road, we are a bit strict. Now, when we come to the road, the National Insurance Commission comes with the insurance companies. DVLA comes with the fire extinguisher and other things. So when we meet, whatever you don't have, we have it there. You buy.
Oh, okay.
If you don't have it, then the vehicle need to be impounded till you fix it.
Thank you very much.
So that's what the road safety squad does. That is different.
Viewers, it was Solomon that said that the end of the matter is better than the beginning. We'll thank our brother and we'll give him the opportunity to give us his final message. Mr. Misbah, give, in summary, give your final message to my viewers.
Thank you so much for giving us the opportunity.
Yeah.
On behalf of M360 and our stakeholders, I want to say a very big thank you.
Yeah.
However, as I said, M360 is an NGO that is struggling to keep our activities running.
Okay.
All our shirts, our branding we do is done with our own resources. I use my own money to fund it. So just like you are watching and you are enjoying the education, so does people to invite us in their schools and their churches and event center. But we don't have the logistics.
Okay.
We don't have the resources to be moving up and down like that. So my humble appeal is that I'm going to put before my honorable member here that should any time be any help that is going
either
to boost
in cash, in materials, logistics,
anything that you think is going to help boost the educational activities of our task force and our NGO as a whole, we are willing and we are pleased to accept it so that we can continue doing the job. Road safety or accident is one of the killer diseases we are having in Ghana, but unfortunately we are not paying much attention to it. So I'm appealing to you that you watching me can be a road safety ambassador. I can be a road safety ambassador. So when we go out every day, let's try our best to educate and practice the best things on our road to save lives and properties.
Thank you very much. Let me close by giving you this proverb from the Jamaican legend Bob Marley. He said, life is one big road with lots of signs. See, but when you're riding through the roads, don't complicate your mind. Out of the Box podcast with Gabriel Ishmael Jallo. Thank you very much.